Hello everybody, but we're gonna have some more stuff in today. I'm driving to Cammy's. I just finished having lunch with Kai. It's been a week for y'all, but it's been just like some time for me. And I figured I should start the recording now because like as soon as I'm on the road, I'm not gonna have like an easy time to stop and start it, you know? Even though I am a little bit nervous, if you will, about paying when I exit. I just don't like doing it. Hold on, be right back. Hey guys, I'm stuck leaving the parking lot right now, but I just started the recording because I just paid. So yeah. That's what's up. I'm excited. I'm trying to get going on my trip. You know, trying to make it to Cammy's place. But since I last spoke, not only did I eat, I also found where I'm gonna go get gas. So that's what's up. I'm going straight here, correct? Yes. Okay. That was a nightmare, Penguins. So as I'm leaving to pay, I cannot find my ticket. And I remember that as I was leaving, I was like, oh, I'll just leave my ticket in the back seat. And I'll just throw it back there, and then when I leave, it'll be okay. You know? Because I don't want to take the ticket and lose it. So, regrettably, I do not remember that immediately after having that thought, I was like, oh, I should actually just put the ticket in the front seat. So that way, I'll be able to, have it with me when whatever. So I lost the ticket under my butt. And I'm sitting there, and the guy is like, do you have your ticket? And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I lost it for a second, but I know it's right here, I'm sorry. So I'm panicking, and he's on my side here, you know? He's like, if you lost your ticket, it's $40, so make sure you find that ticket. You can pull to the side a little bit and search. And I was like, thank you. I eventually find it under my butt. And when I say eventually, I mean it took a minute tops. But I was panicked, you know? I was really frightened. And so, what? Okay. I guess this is where I'm going. What? Is this right? This is right. What the heck? What a weird way to go. Whatever. But yeah, so I was so stressed out just now. So I'm still kind of coming down. The reason I paused the recording when I paused it, was that I wanted to eat chocolate. But I might have accidentally deleted that. Well, I'll add it back. I'll find it and might delete it. But yeah, so I wanted to eat chocolate. So I did. I ate my little Trader Joe's chocolate. It's so yummy. So I went to Grand Central Market with Kai. Cause he was in LA. So we decided to meet up and eat. Like how adults do, which is kind of weird. But we went to Grand Central Market because it's a cool place. And we, last time I went to Grand Central Market, I really wanted to get ramen from this place called Ramen Hood, which is 100% vegan. But they were closed because they only are open for a long time on the weekends. But it's a weekend today, So I was like, oh, I'll get ramen from Ramen Hood. Right? So that's what I did. I was trying to see which one I should get. I was talking with Cammie about it. I was like, oh my god. Okay, I'm safe. That was frightening though. Goodness, this is not a stress-free drive to go get gas. Although my mileage is pretty good right now. Yeah, so I decided I was going to get the garlic ramen. Because I've never had a garlic ramen before. And I thought it would be yummy. So I got it. And Kai and Alina both got Villa's Tacos, which Kai kept calling Villa's Tacos, which I thought was funny. Like, he must not have taken Spanish ever. So I thought that was kind of funny, but I didn't say anything. And I guess now I'm putting him on blast on the PEGCAST, which is like not the coolest thing to do, but what? Nobody's actually going to think down on him for this. But yeah, so they got tacos and I got the garlic ramen. And my garlic ramen, let's be honest with ourselves, Penguins, was okay. It was okay. If I went back, I would not get it again. Because it did not taste that much. And eventually, you're just getting to the bottom where you can get the roasted garlic pieces. And they're so sweet. I don't love roasted garlic. Do I like garlic? Yes. Do I like when it's roasted garlic? No. So, you know, like, yeah, that's basically that. It's like, it was okay. It was pretty good. The toppings were really yummy. And the noodles were quite yummy. And it was, you know, once I got to the bottom of it and it really was quite garlicky, I had like the most delectable sip when it had been sitting for a minute, where I sipped from my bowl, where I gobbled up my broth, you know? I had just the most delectable sip near the end. So, you know, that's nice. But that's what's up. That's what's up. And then we just kind of wandered around. There's like a little market underneath it that they have on weekends, although they did not have it today. It wasn't open today. And sure. Sorry, I'm more focused on where I'm going right now because it's kind of complicated. Okay. Yeah, so that was like pretty fun, I guess, but I was honestly bored. We looked at like a bunch of stickers and pins that were being sold, and it's just like, man, am I really gonna look at like this person who bought like the giant mega pack of like knockoff stickers and whatever? Like, is that what I'm so excited about? The answer is no. The answer is no, that's not what I'm excited about. So, yeah. But we looked at it for a long time. And I was just like, God, can we leave already? Like, first of all, this is like adding to my parking bill. Second of all, there's like, I'm bored. Like, I like hanging out with you guys. I could sit at the table and keep talking with you guys, but I don't want to walk around and look at these stickers that some random person bought bulk of from, like, Temu and now is selling for, like, $1 for 2 stickers when he probably bought the whole pack of, like, 500 for, like, 10 cents, you know? It's like $5, 2,000 stickers, and then he sells 2 stickers for $1. Like, his margins are insane, but he probably never sells a sticker because they suck. He has a bin of freaking Labubu stickers. Who's interested in a Labubu sticker? Who's freaking interested in that? Who's friggin' even interested in a Labubu sticker? So, happy summer, everyone. It's very close to the time that Cammie and I are going to move in together. And so we're excited, but I'm really stressed because it involves a lot of purchases that you don't really consider. Because I'm like, okay, we got to pay rent, we got to pay the down payment, we got to get a bed. But then you're like, oh man, there's all this stuff that I need that you don't always consider. I need to buy a new skillet, like a pan. You know? A frying pan. And so that sucks. And then I also am gonna need a 3-quart sauce pan, which is the little pot to make spaghetti in. And then I'm also gonna need a baking sheet. So my mother so graciously got me the baking sheet because it was time to replace the baking sheet. What does this say? Oh, it's truck scales. I found a banger freaking gas station, Penguins. This is cheap. No. Okay. Oh, this person is trying to get the gas that I'm going to. I did not realize. And now it's frigging diesel over here. Now it's frigging diesel. Oh, I think it worked out, though. That person's door just closed. So, maybe I'll be going to where they are. Well, whatever. Okay, so, what was I just saying? Oh my gosh. I have absolutely no idea what I was saying. But I was thinking about freaking Lavubus. So maybe that's what I was talking about. Yeah, so man, I'm just stuck here. I don't want to be stuck here. All these people trying to fuel up. So many people are walking in to pay. They pay in cash? Or am I going to have to walk in to pay with card too? So many people are walking in. There's also just a guy with overalls and no shirt. I can see a lot of him. I can see a lot of that guy. Is that person leaving? And is that other person gonna take the spot? They are. They're a rascal. Why would they take it from me? Don't they know I've been waiting? They just got here. This guy just finished fueling, though. So I'm gonna try to spin around and get where he is. The guy with the overalls and no shirt. I'm gonna try to take his spot. It means I'm backing into the spot, though. Which is, not ideal. Okay. Nice! No one tried to sneak in and take it from me. So now I just gotta actually like successfully back up into this spot. I'm too close. I'm too close. I did it actually too well. That's what you don't know. I did it actually too well. Okay, sorry guys, this has got to be the most boring PEGCAST of all time, but I'm gonna get gas, so I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Sorry, Penguins. Oh my god. There are too many people here waiting for me to like come in and talk, really. So I'm sorry. Let's go, I'm done. Now I just gotta turn on the car. Oh, I got all my whips. I got every single whip of gas possible. And now we gotta go! Now we gotta go. Off I go. Oh, it feels so good to get out of there. Oh my god, there are just a million billion friggin' people. Now all of the, well, not all the anxiety. This is a hard turn to get onto this road. It's like a road trip kind of gas station. Let me see. That's a car. That's a car. Can I go now? No. I can go now. Whee! Okay, the drive should be a lot less anxiety-inducing from here on out. So, Penguins, the PEGCAST is on. The PEGCAST is on, everybody. Who is excited? Okay, so I got the garlic one. Cammy and I agreed that I should probably get it because it was new. But it was whatever, to be honest. I can't really fit there. Can I? No, I can. I'm just being weird. I'm being anxious. Let me turn right onto the one way. Let me turn right Let me turn right. Let me turn right. Please. Oh my god, I'm so anxious. This is just crazy. It's been such a miserable time. Having to find my ticket, thinking I lost it, having to pay $1 billion for my freaking thing, then having to freaking get gas, then really squeezing by over there, and then freaking really just everything. What? What? They've invented new road signs. They have X's and checks. And there's a sign that, like, there's like a key to what they mean, but I'm driving. Jeez, I'm driving. Well, actually, they're kind of obvious. It's like what lanes you're allowed to and aren't allowed to use. But it's like confusing that they would introduce road signs that are not normally. Why? Why can't this be a normal drive? Oh. One hit after another. One hit after another. So, yeah, I was talking about the Labubu stickers. And it just reminded me of, like, spending time with Dusty and company on Dusty's birthday. So, yeah, I went with Dusty on her birthday to Little Tokyo. And we went with Basil. And we get there, and Basil comes up and meets us, right? And we're like, "Hi, Basil!" We're like, "Hi!" And Basil is like, "Oh my gosh, hi, like, how are you? How was your trip?" You know, the regular. But then we get hit with what is a Labubu? What is a Labubu? And we're like, sorry, I'm eating chocolate. I'm sorry. Can't stop me. You can't stop me. Oh my goodness, this is a crazy highway entrance. This one's not good. My car sounded like it was going crazy town. But yeah, so Labubu. We're like, they're just these little, like, ugly toys. And like, we're training Basil to be anti-Labubu. We're like, Labubus are a status symbol. People buy them to look, like, cool. Like, you know? And Basil's like, I have Chiikawa and Labubu filed away in the same compartment in my brain. And I'm like, no. And by the end of it, Basil was like, I know now that Chiikawa is us, and Labubu is for, like, rich people and evil people. And I was like, yes, dude. So, that was fun. Because, like, Labubus are a status symbol. You'll see, like, a rich-looking, like, late 30s woman with her friggin' Gucci bag with a Labubu on it. And I'm like, you know, I'm seeing that, and I'm like, she doesn't have a Labubu for the love of the game. She has a Labubu because she's cashing in. It's like a social thing to have a Labubu now. But, like, if somebody's got Chiikawa, Like, that's like that's the real version of the boo-boo. Because Chiikawa is full of love and soul. I'm the biggest Chiikawa fan. And so if you have a little plushie of Chiikawa, or any other character for that matter on your bag, except Momonga, because that would be weird if you had Momonga, then it's pretty cool of you. But a Labubu? A Labubu? So, we were talking about, like, you know how they'll, like, rich people, they'll be like, waiter, I'll have your finest wine, or whatever. We were going from shop to shop and talking about how we were going to go, excuse me, I'll have your cheapest Labubu. Because we were going to get Basil Labubu. We saw some expensive Labubus. And I saw some really cool figurines for Haruhi. I saw one of a Sakura. I saw one of a Sakura, but from the disappearance. I saw one of Nagato in a swimsuit for the Endless Eight, and then two of Haruhi in a swimsuit for the Endless Eight. But they had, like, okay, so this isn't actually exactly right, but I'm gonna, like, give you an example that will explain the gist of, like, what I saw. There was one where it said on the box, the Endless Eight, in blue font, in, like, a specific text font, and it was, like, diagonal, going from low to high on the side of the box. This is on the Haruhi one and on the Nagato one. On the other Haruhi one, it's a different font, and it's red, and it says the Endless Eight, but she's wearing a different outfit. So, this leads me to think, do they have, like, 8 outfits? Did they sell 8 Haruhis, 8 Nagatos, 8 Mikurus? That'd be pretty cool. I mean, like, that's a really cool set, you know? So, you know, we're just talking about Labubus. We're having fun. We're walking around, we're like, oh my god, they got Hello Kitty Boo Boo! We're having a swell time. And we stumble across the Hello Kitty Boo Boo. Now, we did not know. Like, we had seen this box before online for the Hello Kitty Boo Boo. We just thought it was like a little figure of Hello Kitty with a different fruit on her head, and you don't know which fruit you're gonna get. What we find out is it's Hello Kitty fruit Boo Boos, okay? It's like the size of a Labubu, and it's got plushy head fruit. It's a freaking Hello Labubu Kitty. Okay? And Dusty is like, oh my god, maybe we should get this from Maya. She's texting Maya like, should we get it? Maya's like, I don't know. But the answer is yes. So, we go around, we walk around, we explore the rest of Little Tokyo. Those figurines I saw were in Book Off, which is like the hidden gems store where you go digging for treasure. It's pretty freaking awesome, guys. Those figures were really cool. I considered buying the Disappearance Asakura one. It was $40. Is that a good price for this figure? Yes. It's a big, big deal. We found a hidden gem, to be honest. Am I going to spend $40 on an anime figure? No. It's just not going to happen. There's a world where there is a Yui figure where she's wearing the snail hoodie, and I consider buying it for $30. And that is like my god figure at $30 and that's the cap. If it's $40, I'm not buying it, you know? That's where I'm at. Other figures that might do it for me, a Sakura. A Sakura from the Disappearance at $30. That's a real difficult, that's a hard one for me. There's probably some fun Haruhi outfit that I would do for $30 too. Or like, I don't know, man. That's probably all that would do it. Maybe there's like a cool Nagato. Like if it was Nagato like sitting at her table with like teacups and whatever, and it had like the pillows that she's sitting on. It's like the whole set. Like it's her and the table. For $30 I would also consider, but I don't think I would do it. But maybe, like if I have, you know, maybe when I live with Cammy. Oh, that's what I was talking about. I was talking about like all the stuff that I don't know what to buy. So Cammy and I, okay, this isn't true. It's just me. I have been fiendishly learning about cooking utensils and things of the sort. So that we know what to buy, and I know what we should be spending money on and what we should be really skimping out on, right? So I'm thinking that we should get one really nice skillet, because that's what we're going to cook basically everything in. And like if we have one that's like a buy it for life skillet, then we're balling out, you know? So I'm trying to figure out how I can get the best like quality for deal ratio. I think the best quality for deal ratio would be buying a Goldilocks stainless steel skillet. That's my understanding. Here's the problem. It wouldn't come with a lid. We're definitely going to want a lid so that we can steam things like dumplings, and just in general, we're going to want a lid. Like that's just realistic. So, you know, I don't know. But yeah, that's like it's a good brand, but it doesn't come with a lid. So it's a little like, I don't know. You can buy a cheap lid on like Amazon. And I think that's probably the best deal, is to buy the Goldilocks stainless steel skillet and lid on Amazon. I think that's the best way you can do it, unless you can thrift something. So you can spend a little bit more and upgrade to all clad, which is like, you know, like people treat it like it's the GOAT. Like it's friggin' insane, right? This is like very extremely high quality. You can upgrade a little bit and buy an all-clad factory seconds pan from a sale. Like, you know when you go to like AX and they're like B grade keychain has minor defects, and it's like it maybe has a scratch on it, and like you don't even notice the scratch at first. That's basically what we're talking about, but it's a stainless steel pan. So like a defect like that is absolutely inconsequential, right? So I bought an all-clad 12-inch stainless steel skillet with a lid from their factory seconds sale, and it felt horrible. I hate spending large amounts of money, even for reasonable, good purchases. I hate doing it. It's just the worst, man. But I did it, and it's okay. So, yeah. God, I don't even like thinking about it. But yeah, so we have a really, really nice skillet that we're going to probably use for the rest of our lives, unless something goes haywire. The reason that I wanted to do stainless steel instead of just buying like a relatively cheap nonstick one is because if you preheat stainless steel, it like has some pretty legit nonstick properties so long as you use enough oil. And, you know, I think that it'll take like probably a tiny bit to learn how to use it, but I think we'll be able to figure out how to use it, relatively quickly, and it'll be nice to not have to use nonstick that we would have to replace. And it would also be nice not to be eating toxins. So this is just like a quality of life thing. Like I have landed on thinking that buying a stainless steel pan is like the way to go. Like I think it's the most fun and the most reasonable for us. So that's where we're at. We've done that. I have to wait for it to come, but also we got a baking sheet because my mom wanted a baking sheet because all hers are super old and the non-stick poisons are literally cracking off and like detaching from the baking sheet, so it's like as bad for you as it can get. So we got a baking sheet for me and a baking sheet for her. That's sitting with I think I talked about this already on the PEGCAST, but Cammie and I went to like a warehouse sale for this big company called Zwilling, which is like a big cookware company and stuff. We bought a big knife, what with to cut watermelons with and such, and we bought a bread knife, and we bought ceramic ware, so we can like bake stuff and we can make pies. We actually already made a pie, so that was pretty fun. So that's all sitting there waiting for us to move in. But like all these things that would be like, oh, that would be really nice to have, like having what's it called? A trivet, I think, where it's like something that you place your hot pan on so that you can take it off the stove without like hurting your countertop. Like that would be really nice to have. Are we going to do it immediately? No. We're not. But yeah, I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to become more proficient at cooking so that Cammie likes me more, because she's really stressed out about like having to cook for me, even though she really likes cooking for me. So I'm doing my best to learn. I'm looking at all these recipes and I'm thinking like, I don't think we can do this because I don't think we're going to have the money to buy all these seasonings that this person is using right out the gates. I think that when we start, we're probably just going to have like friggin' like the super, super, super basics, which like gets up to soy sauce, but doesn't get up to like gochujang, you know? So yeah, that's where I'm at, basically. But it's just so stressful to think about. I'm sure that once we move in, things will be a little better, but it's also like, I don't know, she's just stressed about it too. She like doesn't want to spend that much money, so she wasn't even really on the same page with me about getting the skillet and then skimping out on the other two things we need. Because we got a really cheap baking sheet, because like that's something you can skimp out on. You don't need a high quality one as long as you get one that's like decent enough, and then you just treat it decently well, and then if it ever like gets bad, then you get a new one. Like that's just fine. Yeah. So, bleh, sorry guys, I'm just freaking out about this, and I passed a PETA billboard just now. It's talking about SeaWorld, and it really enraptured me. It caught my attention. So, yeah. Blah! I hate having to spend money. But I'm trying to think about what utensils we want, and I'm honestly like, you know, I'm kind of lost about like spatulas, because I think getting a wooden spatula is nice, and then I'm thinking like, oh well, should we get a wooden spoon? And then I'm like, why? why would we need a wooden spoon? And I think about it a little more and I just can't figure it out, you know? Like, if we have a wooden spatula, why do we need a wooden spoon? Because with the way that a wooden, like we'll wash that right away. Because we don't want it to sit there soaking, because it's wood. And we can't put it in like a dishwasher, because it's wood. So you would theoretically just use it and then clean it and dry it immediately, right? And then at that point, you don't need 2 wooden utensils. And like, if I'm making soup, then like a wooden spoon, like, is that needed to test whatever I'm having? Or can I just use a wooden spatula, like a wooden flat spatula, and then if I'm gonna taste it, like, use the ladle, right? Like, doesn't that make sense? Doesn't that make sense? Like, oh, it's time to taste the soup to make sure it's good. I, like, use the ladle. I grab a metal ladle and I go, whoop! And then I'm like, is this nice? That motorcycle just beeped. I don't know who they beeped at, though. I wonder if it was me to let me know they were coming by. Not like I was really in their way, but just to let me know. But they haven't beeped since, as far as I can tell, so I wonder who they were beeping at. Yeah. So, and then, like, I was originally under the impression that, like, you don't really need a metal spatula that's, like, super flat, you know? I was like, I think we'll be okay if we don't have one. Like, if we just have a wooden spatula that's, like, fine, I think maybe we won't need a metal spatula. That's where I was at. And then I started to make a food, and Cammie said to me, you should cut that potato in half with the spatula so that the potatoes cook as fast as everything else. And it occurred to me that with the wooden spatula, I would not be able to cut the potato in half. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. I gotta get over. Please, 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 please. Okay, I'll go in front. I'll go in front of you. If you're looking at your iPhone on the road, on the highway, if you're looking at your iPhone, I'll go in front of you. Thank you. Get off your iPhone and start driving. Jeez, there's like a freaking 8 billion cars gap between us. I don't want to be in front of this person. They're looking at their iPhone. Or Android device, perhaps. So, yeah. You guys would be laughing if you could see my body posture right now, or my body, what do you call it, my body language? You could see my posture or my body language right now. Like, I'm all scrunched up because I'm all anxious about the whole freaking, about everything I've been talking about. The whole drive has been so anxious. I'm all scrunched up. So, yeah. Yeah, so I think we need a metal spatula, is what I'm coming to understand. And I didn't always understand this. I was on team hashtag don't have that many utensils that you use for cooking. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we should have two wooden things. But stay with me for a moment. Imagine we have 2 wooden utensils. Would we want one to be a wooden spoon? Would we? Or would we want one to be a wooden spoon and one to be a wooden spatula? Or, sorry, or we want both to be a wooden spatula? The reason that I'm so pro wooden spatula is because, like, You can use the wooden spatula for most of what you're cooking. And if you like need to scrape stuff, or if you need to push around a sauce while it's sitting in the pan, you can use a wooden spatula a lot better than you can a wooden spoon because of like just the larger like edge surface area. Well, surface area is the wrong word, because there's more. It's just like a longer point of contact. Like it's a larger contact point using the flat edge of a wooden spatula than it would be to use the tip of a spoon, you know? And for that reason, I think it's more useful. I don't know what you use a wooden spoon for if you have a ladle. But maybe the problem is that we don't have a ladle. But if we have to pick between getting a ladle and a second wooden tool, wouldn't we just pick ladle? Wouldn't we? Wouldn't we? I feel like we would. So where I'm at right now is I'm thinking we've got big knife. We've got big bread knife. We'll buy little knife. Little sharp knife, I mean. And then we'll buy butter knife and forks and spoons, right? But after this, like, what are our utensils? I'm thinking wooden spatula. I'm thinking ladle. Those two are, I think, almost non-negotiables. Because let's imagine for a moment we make like red sauce. Using a ladle is pretty important, right? Because you could pour, but using a ladle is pretty nice. Maybe a ladle isn't that important. If we're completely trying to skimp out as much as we can, I think we need wooden spatula. I think metal spatula is pretty big. I think that's pretty big because it's easier to flip things. I think it will make Camellia happy in a way that is important for our future. So I think we need wooden spatula and metal spatula because we don't want to rub things around with metal spatula. And we don't, well, and she probably doesn't want to flip things with wooden spatula. And then I was thinking, this one's not an immediate purchase. This isn't something we need right away. But silicone spatula. And you might think, what? Girl, what is happening? And what I mean by this is like, you know that thing that you use, it's like a stick, and then at the end is like silicone, and it's like a rectangle, but one of the corners is like rounded. It's like not all the way corner. The reason you need is so that you can get all the batter or all the something out of something, right? Like if you buy a can of something and you need to get it all out, you can use the silicone thing to get it all out. So this is why it's a good purchase, but the thing is, I don't think we need it right away. I don't think it's a necessity. I think metal spatula is because of Cami. And I think wooden spatula is also quite nice and important because we want to keep our pan in nice condition forever. So I know you're allowed to use metal tools, but I think a wooden spatula is big. I think it is. Because you can scrape it on the bottom all you like. And because wood is certainly not as high on a hardness scale as would be the stainless steel, it won't scratch it. As where a spatula made of metal might. So, I'm just back and forth on these things, you see, Penguins. I'm back and forth on these things. I hope that you guys understand what I'm saying. And maybe I'm forgetting something, right? So here's where I'm at right now. I think we need wooden spatula, metal spatula, and ladle. I think those are my 3. And I could go either way on ladle. I think I could be convinced that it's okay to just pour the sauce from your pan. I think I could be convinced, although I'm not of that disposition right now. I think that's where I'm at. And what else do you need? And this is the problem, is when I'm not cooking, it's hard to imagine all the things you need. Do we need a whisk? No. You know why we don't need a whisk? Because we've got frigging fork. And we've got frigging chopstick. Okay? I think chopstick is big. What can chopstick replace? The thing is, wooden spatula will push around oil, chopstick won't. Chopstick will flip things, but slowly. I'm not sure that Camellia is down with chopstick. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. We have chopstick already. Because in my freaking kitchen, okay, without Camellia, I think there's a world where chopstick can replace metal spatula. I think chopstick can replace metal spatula, and you just have to be good about cooking potatoes all the way through. You just don't chop them in half with a metal spatula. You separate the food with the wooden spatula because it's heating up while it's on the pan. Like, if anything is stuck together. I think I think chopstick replaces it. Because if anything is really hard to get up, like, get off the pan, I would use chopstick in my kitchen. But I think Camellia will want a metal spatula. And I'm cool with that. I also will use metal spatula, probably. But you know, if I'm like, imagine this, I'm braising my tofu. Or I am like braising noodle, like I'm cooking noodle in sauce. I think I use chopstick. Okay, well, that was fun. What was I talking about when I had this cutaway? It was like 30 minutes ago or something. La Boo Boo. We talk about La Boo Boo. We talk about... well, whatever. So, it's happy summer days, everybody. It's happy summer days, and... It's happy summer days, and I am with Cammy, Kenzie, and Dusty. Okay? We all happily go together to Pasadena. So I am at Cammy and Kenzie's place. I get them and I take them over to see Dusty, right? And while we're there seeing Dusty, we like pick her up from a haircut. And then we go and stop at this vegan place that has a bunch of different cuisines, okay? So, Dusty and Kenzie both got a banh mi sandwich. One each of them. Cammy gets a smoothie. I get... It was called My Son's Pho, which was kind of weird, like I don't know, it's the chef's kid's pho, I guess. But the guy comes over and he's like, "Are you ready to order?" We're like, "Yes." And I was like, "Hi, can I get them my son's pho?" So I thought that was funny. It reminded me of when Gabe had to ask for, when we wanted him to order 2 cold brews, and we were really adamant about everybody ordering with, like, what it was called on the menu, instead of just, like, chickening out and calling it what you would normally call it. And Gabe did chicken out. Gabe did not say, "Can I get 2 cold brews?" But he, like, didn't chicken out because he said, "Hi, can I get..." Well, because he was ordering for him and getting someone else. He said, "Hi, can I get 2 brew iced coffees?" It's like the funniest moment of my life. "Can I get 2 brew iced coffees?" And then Soren was like, "Can I get the Baba banana banana pancakes?" We were like, "Oh yeah, this is the funniest thing ever." But yeah, so I got my pho. It was yummy town. This is just after I got Viet food at, like, this other Viet place near Cammy and Kenzie. Or sorry, near Cammy's place before Kenzie got here. So, you know, I was excited to eat. And I ate, and they ate, and we were all happy. And then we went home. So, I drove everybody back. We made up some fun games to play. So, like, if you're at a green light, then you could sing your song. Or, sorry, if you're at a red light, then you would sing our funny song to beg the light to become green for us. We played another game where we all talked about what we were afraid of. I was like, "I am afraid of bug! I'm afraid of a bug! I am afraid of bug!" And what else was I afraid of? "I am afraid of bug! I'm afraid of bug! I'm afraid of bug!" And Alone in the Dark. I don't remember. I think Darkness Alone was Cammy's. And then Dusty was like, "I am afraid of a roach! I am afraid of roach! I am afraid of roach! And rabies!" So that was fun. It certainly didn't help my voice recover, though, because I was sick before that. It certainly did not help my voice recover to play this game, where I was like, "Please, please, please, the light turned green," you know? That certainly didn't help. So yeah, that certainly was not helpful for my throat health. But whoa, my car just, like, I must have hit a pothole or something. My car just went, like, crazy. I don't know if you heard the, like, fear. My voice, like, broke there. I was like, "Oh my god," because I just, like, it panicked for a moment. Like, really jerked. Oh, Nelly. That was frightening. Yeah, so we get back to my place, and we played a couple board games that I had purchased in Japan. It was really fun. We had a good time. Dusty accidentally folded one of the cards in a memory game, which is, like, a colossal bummer, but it's fine, you know, like, it's okay. I'm not, like, mad at her for it. It's just unfortunate. Yeah, so, sorry, I spaced out. I was thinking about all the games we played. It was really fun. We had a good time, and then I took Cammy and Kenzie to the train station. We were doing, like, car karaoke, but I don't know any of the songs and don't like playing music when I'm in the car and there are people, because it's, like, too many noises and it really overwhelms me. And, like, oftentimes I'm just, like, at a state of, like, kind of panic when I'm in the car. I'm just, like, overstimulated, you could say, when I'm in the car sometimes. And so when, like, there's music playing quite loud and, like, everybody is talking or everybody is singing and I'm expected to, like, speak with them and drive and listen to the music, I'm just, like, a little overwhelmed. And when the music turns off in a car, or, like, when I'm driving and, like, the last song plays and then we stop and we just let it be silent, like, I can feel it. Like, it feels so good. I can just feel like everything is clear. Like, I can see the world fresh again. Like, I'm free. Like, I've grown my wings. Like Mega Dragonite. Penguins, Mega Dragonite was announced, and that's pretty epic town. And also what was announced? Friggin' more Pokemon Concierge. Well, we already knew about that. But also, a Pokemon series or movie or something. Pokemon media of some kind that is animated by the people that did Wallace and Gromit. Or the studio, at least. And it's called, like, Pichu and Sirfetch'd something. And it's set in Galar. So it seems like it's going to be friggin' awesome. Seems like it's going to be the friggin' best. So I'm excited for that. They also announced that Pokemon Champions, the game that will be on mobile and on Switch, is, like, the best freaking thing ever. You get to pick your Pokemon and their stats and their moves and their abilities and their natures. And so it's, like, awesome. Like, I could even get into competitive Pokemon with this thing, you know? Like, it brings down the barrier of entry so much. I hope that you don't have to play too much to, like, unlock more Pokemon. Because if that's the case, and I can just play a little bit, unlock some Pokemon, and, like, try things out, like, I'll get on that thing. I'll play. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, so we all had a good time. I drove them back, and then I drove Dusty back. And then the next day, I pick up Dusty early in the morning, and I drive out to Irvine, pick up Cammie and Kenzie, and we all go to the Irvine Farmers Market, and that's where we ate lunch. Then we went thrifting, and Dusty and I felt like we were kindred spirits, okay? I didn't want to be annoying and be like, I'm bored, let's go. But Cammie and Kenzie are looking at books, right? They're all looking at books. They're having so much fun looking at books. And Cammie's like, okay, I'm almost done. Like, I'm just gonna, like, basically go right now. And I'm like, awesome. And then, like, 10 seconds pass, and I realized that it was not true. And then Dusty says to me, basically, like, oh, I'm so bored. Let's get out of here, you know? And I was like, oh, thank goodness. Like, it's not me. This is actually just boring for us. Because Cammie and Kenzie having the time of their lives. Dusty and I, we have already looked through the whole store. There's nothing more to look at. Okay? So, yeah. Yeah, that's that. So, sorry, I'm just spacing out. Yeah, so I became freed just now from the paralysis of too many thoughts by screaming wah. I became freed, okay? I was thinking about how thrifting a pan sounds fun. And I was thinking about how how cleaning the bottom of the pan that my mom and Steve use would be fun. And I was thinking about all the places we saw at the farmer's market and how fun that was. And I was thinking about how we saw some some VHS epic things, some epic VHS tapes at the thrift store that's next to the Irvine Farmers Market. Thinking about all these things. So we actually didn't get to see much of the farmers market because we got there like at 11:25 or something, and it closed at 12. So unfortunate, but whatever. We got to eat, and then we went to Boomers. We went to Boomers to play mini golf because I really wanted to play mini golf with everybody. And we had such a good time. We had the best friggin' time ever at mini golf. So, you know, mini golf is pretty cool. I love mini golf, man. It's just the best. It's like a fun, silly game. It's okay no matter who wins. Like, you cap it off at 5 strokes or 6. So it's like, if you're really struggling, you can just be like, okay, never mind. Like, sorry, you don't have to look. If you're like feeling embarrassed, and like nobody has to really wait that long. Everybody has a fun, different colored ball, and you can be like, I like my ball because blah, 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 blah. And there are like fun things. You can be like, whoa, you gotta go through the windmill, blah, blah. And then like, you can take fun pictures of yourself. And when somebody like does well, or like gets a hole-in-one, or does a really good stroke, you can say fun things. Like we were saying that Kenzie was the one-stroke wonder, okay? Because Kenzie would sometimes have like a godlike first stroke, and we'd be like, the one-stroke wonder strikes again. And for a little bit, I was calling Cammie Mrs. Pinpoint Precision. Because she like, you know, sometimes it'll be like, okay, if you get it into the center, then you'll like go the right way. And if you go through the side, then it'll be like, okay. She would hit it through the center like perfectly. She did it like twice in a row. And I was like, wow, Mrs. Pinpoint Precision. As to be expected. And then I got a lot of hole-in-twos, so Dusty called me the two-stroke wonder, which is not a nickname I want, although it is very funny. And it was just super fun. We looked at all the games in the arcade, and like, I'm so blessed as to have friends that I'm like, let's go look at all the games in the arcade. Because, like, we're not going to play them, so we probably won't go in there. So let's, like, take a look-see and, like, find all the games that are in the arcade. And then it'll be so fun. And they're like, okay, that does sound fun. Like, yes! I love you guys. Let's go have fun and be silly. The best way to have fun is to play together, you know? So, I feel blessed every day. So, yeah. We went and we finished mini golf. And even though I made fun of someone for doing this, I found that I actually had to back out of, like, the lane that we were in as well. I found that turning around was going to leave me in, like, a Derek Zoolander position. Or not a Derek Zoolander, an Austin Powers type situation. Like where he's in the forklift and he's stuck. I think it's a forklift. So I had to back out, and there was a person behind me, and if you're a child, plug your ears for like 3 seconds. So there was a person behind me, and I wanted him to leave, and I was like, get out of the damn ass way. I ripped to get out of the damn ass way, and it was a big hit. It was a big hit. Okay? This is a big hit. A very funny joke. So, that was a big hit. And after mini golf, we went back to the house. Dusty napped. Cammy made a bunch of vegan spam musubi with tofu. And Kenzie and I played Pikmin. I watched Kenzie play Pikmin. God, I love Pikmin. It's just the most fun game, man. I want to be playing Pikmin right now. I think Pikmin 1 is my favorite, but I'm not sure. I'll have to play it again. Keep your eyes peeled for Pikmin PEGCAST coming to you maybe someday. I have not recorded it, but I do intend to record it someday in life. It won't happen for a long time, though, at the time of this being recorded or aired. So, don't get your hopes up. There are a bunch of games that I think are going to be really fun PEGCAST games that, people, I think you could be excited for. Here's the deal. Right now, Rivals of Aether 2 is airing, and Maya said she really enjoys watching the gameplay. And I was like, whoa! That's awesome! That's so awesome! That really, that made my day. That made my day hearing that. Because, I was so stressed out. I was like, I love playing Rivals of Aether, but I'm sure it's not that exciting for, the Penguins. What I'm forgetting is the whole point of Smash as, a really awesome esport is that, platform fighters are really fun spectator sports. Because you go really fast and you do cool-looking things, and, you hit them far and they go flying. Now, Rivals of Aether is, of course, a little more difficult to follow because of all the, smoke and then, all the weird mechanics that characters have. So, unless you're, Zetterburn or Raster or Crag or Loxodon, those characters are pretty easy to follow. But, when you're watching Maple, I feel like sometimes you're like, what is happening? How do I know when they can recover? Or if you're watching, Forsburn, there's smoke, and you're like, what's happening? Or there's the clone. Orcane can, teleport, and he does weird puddle stuff all the time. And he, turns into a ball for an attack, and it's like, what am I looking at? So, I feel like a lot of characters are kind of confusing to look at when you watch Rivals of Aether. Zetterburn, though, I can imagine, is, awesome to watch. Because he just, runs at you and goes, bam, bam, boom, bam, boom, he just hits you, rah, brr, So, yeah. But it was so awesome to hear that Maya enjoyed watching. Because, that was that. And she was like, I was so sad that I missed this episode because it was Rivals of Aether and, I didn't get to watch it. And, secretly I'm sitting here thinking, girl, there are, 3 or 4 more. They're something 4 to 7 episodes of Rivals of Aether, I think. I don't remember how many, but, you don't have to worry about that. So, yeah. I just feel so lucky to have the friends that I have recently. I used to say when I was leaving college, I'm really happy because I feel like I have one friend that I can always, when I was leaving high school, that I can always rely on. I have Cammy as my beloved girlfriend, and I have Dusty as, my one friend that I will have for the rest of my life, who, I'm just so thankful for, and I'm so grateful for, and I love so much. And since then, I feel like I've really deepened my bond with Kenzie because, we originally introduced her to the friend group because the friend group was kind of, frayed. So it was like Dusty is at the core of it, right? So, I'm super close with Dusty. So are Gabe, Basil, and Soren. And then Basil, Soren, and Dusty, and Linus also is there. Linus is connected to the group through me primarily, though. Although also very close with Basil, and at points close to Soren, I think. Not, like, super close. So, you know, like, when Cammie is joining with me, and I am there with Dusty and Gabe and Soren and Basil, like, this just isn't Cammie's vibe. So, you know, I'm going to try to connect with these people because they're my, like, good friends and I have to spend time with them. But simultaneously, there's, like, a degree to which I am, there's a degree to which, like, I'm not going to be able to spend that much time with Cammie because I'm doing that. Or, like, I'm not going to be able to give her my full attention, I guess I should say. So, in order to remedy this, we're like, okay, we got to bring Kenzie, because everybody here likes Kenzie. And if Kenzie is here, she, like, first of all, fits into the group and we all really like Kenzie. And second of all, like, she'll make Cammie feel more comfortable. Like, when Kenzie is there, Cammie will have somebody to, like, hang out with primarily, you know? While, like, I'm kind of hanging out with this other group of people, you know? So, that's that. I'm gonna turn off the car. I'm here. And so, you know, through that, Kenzie kind of joins the group, but now, like, I feel like I'm so close to Kenzie. I feel like I've spent so much more time with Kenzie, and, like, there have been times where it's just Cammie, Kenzie, and I, and that's, like, a new core friend group, you know? And then there's, like, a new core friend group also, Cammie, Kenzie, Dusty, and I, right? So I feel like I have Kenzie now, and, like, I'm so lucky for that. And I have Maya now, who I freaking love. And so I just, like, you know, I have all these super close friends that I'm, like, super, super excited to hang out with. And there's a world where Haley is added to this list, you know, because Haley is commenting down below. I'm starting to spend a lot of time with Haley. You know, Haley's in the PEGCAST. Or, sorry, Haley's in the Peg Cave. Well, Haley's in the PEGCAST too now, based on this. Yeah, so it's just exciting. I feel like I have so many friends now. I have Dusty, I have Maya, I have Kenzie, I have Cammie, I have the roommates, Jamie, Jenna, Allie. Like, I have like, how many friends is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. With a potential 7th on the way. And these are all people that, like, I need at the wedding. You know? Like, these are all people I need there. So, that's like this is a big jump, you know? I was, like, so happy and content with just my my little friend group. Just hanging out with Dusty. And then now I'm freaking hanging with all these people. I'm just so blessed. I'm so lucky. So, did I ask you to comment down below? Shoot, I don't remember. I don't think I did. Well, if I did, then don't do this one, you know? Because, I mean, I can't make you do 2 commenting down below. So that would be freaking crazy, but everybody, comment below. Are you team hashtag metal spatula or team hashtag not metal spatula? Or not, like, it's not necessary. Everybody comment below that. Which team are you on? That's your comment below. Which team are you on? I think I didn't do a comment below. I think I just thought about it. But yeah, I'm so happy. I'm so happy with the people I know. Although I'm very stressed in life. And Donkey Kong Bonanza is out, but I'm moving, so I feel like I can't buy it. Even though all I want to do is play Donkey Kong Bonanza. Because I got a Switch 2. I don't remember if I said that. I got really lucky. Got a Switch 2. I haven't played Mario Kart yet, though, because I haven't been able to spend time with Cammy. I don't have a case for it, so I can't really, like, easily bring it over to Irvine while feeling comfortable. So, as a result, it's just, like, sitting at my house still. Man, I feel like there was something else I wanted to say before I finished. Maybe it was the day. Yeah, so I'm standing outside. It's really nice out today. We went to mini golf, and when we were done with mini golf, we went back to the place. Dusty napped. Cammy made the spam musubi. Kenzie and I played Pikmin. I love Pikmin. I love my friends. And I miss you guys. But Oh, right. So then we all got together. We went to the Great Park. The Great Park is like this huge public works project by the mayor or whatever. Cammy was describing it as like a third space with like a bunch of cool stuff. It's not. It's a big sports complex. It has like a bunch of baseball fields, a bunch of soccer fields. Great for that. I mean, I've played tournaments there. But there was literally nowhere that was just park. So we're all starving. We're like, where do we go? We find a new park. We eat there. It's too windy to play a board game. Okay? It's too windy. And it's cold. Wait, it's actually not too windy, really, but it's too cold. So we pack up. And we're like, let's friggin' blow this popsicle stand. Where did we go after that? We went to that park. We left it. Cammy's food was friggin' super delicious. It was so good. It was like impressive. It was very good. And man, where did we go? Did we go back to Irvine? I mean, we must have. Right? Well, whatever. Point is, that night, Man, how did we do this? I guess what most likely happened is I took Cammy and Kenzie back to Irvine, and then I drove Dusty all the way to what's it called? New home. And then a little bit, like a couple days later, I went to pick up some stuff from Dusty's dad's old place, like some furniture. And that was super fun. It was me, Cammy, Kenzie, Dusty, and my dad. And we just like moved furniture, and then we brought it all to my grandparents' house, put it in the garage, friggin' grand made dinner. We all had a yummy, yummy dinner together. We all sat around and we just joked. Had such a good time. And then I drove Dusty back first. We all said goodbye to Dusty. Dusty leaves for the summer. And then, if it was the night before her birthday was the day that we went on the picnic, then we would have done... Yeah, I would have driven Cammy and Kenzie back to Irvine, then driven Dusty home, then driven home myself, gone to bed, woke up the next day, go to Little Tokyo, hang out with Dusty there. We all go. We order so much sushi. We thought the sushi was not going to be that much food. The sushi was way too much food. It was obscene. Like, the amount of food we got. It was a battle. And Kenzie didn't want to be rude because she thought that we were all paying for our own food, but really it was all covered, which I didn't really understand either at the time. And So we're all sharing. We're all trying desperately to finish this food. And Kenzie has not had that much because she was holding off because she didn't want to like eat someone else's food after not paying for it. So then we're like, Kenzie, please. And she's like, I'll eat whatever you put in front of me. And we're like, boom, boom. We're putting plates down, boom, right in front of friggin' Kenzie. She has to gobble it all up. Kenzie saved us. And then we got yummy gelato. I got the raspberry one. And I felt like I was nice. Everybody was like, can I get this sample? Oh, this sample. I go up. I'm like, can I try the raspberry and the mango? I try them both, and then I sit there and wait. Everyone else orders theirs, and then I go, can I get a small sugar cone of the raspberry? And she's like, yes. And so I went up to get it, and she divvied out just an insane amount of raspberry. She really, like, she filled it up, man. Like, it was crazy town. It was a lot. And so it was like it was not the best because I was like already cold and we were going to the beach, or going to the, like, you know, yeah, the beach, not like on the sand, but like next to the beach on like a walking path. And I was so cold, and friggin' I'm eating my ice cream and I'm so full, and I'm like, I'm walking around, I'm holding my belly, and we're all dying. And then I started reading this Minecraft joke book where it's like, it's like, did you hear the story about the player who destroyed the witch's house? And then the next person's like, no, what happened? And then you say, he in turn was destroyed. They're like terrible jokes. It's like, did you hear about the player that thought he could befriend the creeper? No, he was destroyed. And they're all like, there were like 3 or 4 jokes in a row where the punchline was just, he was destroyed. So that really sent me. But we had a really good time on Dusty's birthday. And then I drove home with Cami and Kenzie, and we all stayed in Irvine. The next day was the day that we went to pick up all the stuff. I drove to Walnut to see my dad. I was going to pick him up. Oh, my grandpa was there too. And so I drove there, and then he was like, you shouldn't pick us up. We're going to drive the U-Haul. And I was like, oh, shoot, you're right. It wasn't a U-Haul, though. It was from Home Depot. And so I leave. I get to Dusty's. The timing honestly worked out really well. We park. We get all the stuff. We got, like, a friggin' huge TV. Thank you so much. We got a TV table. Thank you so much. We got a coffee table. Thank you so much. We got outside table and 2 chairs that go with it. Thank you so much. We got friggin' a bedside table, thank you so much. We got like a longer like table that you would put like kind of in the hallway to like hold a bunch of stuff, thank you so much. We got all those things, and then we took them all back, and then we have our yummy dinner, and then we were all joking and having fun. They get to explore the house that my granny grandpa live in, where there are pictures of me around every single corner. We're all joking, we're having such a good time. And then we drive Dusty home, we say goodbye to her. I'm really struggling with it because I had a bunch of caffeine to keep me awake, and but I was just like wired, and I keep like joking and giggling and having so much fun, like hanging out with Dusty. And then, you know, we eventually leave, we drive home. I'm really tired by the end of the drive, and we go to sleep. And then that was that, and then I like went home the next day at dinner. And that was our hangouts for the summer. So I just wanted to finish telling that story before I went in. But I have probiotics, and I hope they're working. I really hope they're working. Anyways, guys, that's going to be the end of this episode. Make sure to like, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and yes, goodbye.